real life, as we know, is very untidy. There's a tendency, if you're dramatising a true story, to tidy it up to the point where you actually change the events just to make a pattern. And I really try not to do that. I kind of think that dramas based on real events should embrace the untidiness of real life, and I think the audience probably respect you for that. The thing I think people have most likely seen, work of mine that they've seen, will be dramas based on fact, what some people call drama documentary, although that's not a term I'm very keen on. A drama called This Is Personal, which is written in the mid-90s, which is about the police investigation of the Yorkshire Ripper murders. See No Evil, which was, I think, 2006, which was about, well, at least it related to the Moors murders, and most recently, Appropriate Adult. Dramas based on fact. People will probably have noticed how ubiquitous these are these days. If you look at the BAFTA nominations list and the RTS nominations list over the past few years, you can see more and more of these dramas.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
It's Ian. What about Ian? Mary?
He's just been acting funny lately. Distant.
The story of See No Evil, for me, was the story of the woman who had the bad luck to be Myra Hindley's sister, Maureen Hindley, who had no idea what her sister was doing.
What has happened to you?
I said, I'm sorry.
This relates to the question of point of view. I had no interest in recreating the crimes of the Moors murderers, Brady and Hindley. I have almost no interest in their psychology as people. TV drama is actually full of serial killers and serial killing, to the point of over-reliance on something which is sort of clapped out and worn out and not very interesting in my view. Crime has consequences and events have consequences, and actually it's that, to me, which is the most interesting thing, rather than, you know, why did Brady and Hindley do it?
I hope someone kills it and throws it on bloody moors.
You filthy bitch! Get here, you filthy Marty!
Come on. It's not worth it, leave it.
I start off with a huge amount of research material, interviews, transcripts, maybe books, maybe documents, maybe transcripts of trials, all manner of stuff and information, maybe DVD recordings of interviews and so on. Generally, people want to tell their story, and actually, because those people who've been involved, for example, in big traumatic events, are very often their main experience has been with print journalism, maybe TV journalism as well. But those people tend to be here today and gone tomorrow. Very often they haven't listened to the story and stayed with those people. And I think actually, if you go to people to whom certain things have happened, often quite difficult, if you go to them and say, I'm interested in this and I want to talk about it, and I'm not just going to listen to you for half an hour or an hour and then go away and you'll never hear from me again, but actually treat people as people and form some sort of relationship with them, I think that goes an awful long way.
I, Frederick West, authorise my solicitor... Howard Ogden. To advise Superintendent Bennett... Of
a further 8 killings.
8.
All right, 9.
Well, is it 8 or 9?
I take it really seriously that these things are dealt with as accurately as possible. Having said that, there's a massive process of compression goes on. You may be, reducing something that happened over a period of 10 years into a 2-hour film. You could say it's a blurred line. Where are you telling the truth and where aren't you telling the truth? And actually, I would sooner a drama be a weaker drama in conventional terms than be inaccurate. I would rather keep faithful to the events rather than dramatic requirements. When you put that caption at the top of the drama and you say this is a true story, the audience actually cut you a huge amount of slack. That's the wrong way of putting it. Actually, they want to go with you on a journey, and they don't necessarily want the tidiness of a normal screenplay, the climaxes and all the rest of it. What they want is to feel this is the true story. So I try to do that. I think the work I've done over the years in series drama has been hugely helpful, actually. People can tend to look down on it, you know, episodes of EastEnders or Holby or Casualty and all the rest of it. I really don't do that. In a way, series drama is the ultimate form for TV. I've not failed to learn on anything that I've ever worked on, and you know, you learn basic things about story structure, and also actually a great thing about series drama is that you learn that you can actually write for characters who you might think are beyond your own personal experience. For example, for quite a number of years I wrote for London's Burning, and I'd never really written, for example, Londoners before that, certainly not working class Londoners, certainly not firemen. And I ended up doing it because I had to do it, and I kind of learned, oh, actually in the end I can do that if I keep my ears open and listen to the way people speak. So actually series drama can stretch you, actually, if you look at it in the right way.